Welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel, everyone. This is Rich making another video on XRP today as usual. So wherever you are in this vast planet, I hope you're all having a nice day today. I had to start with this from Crypto Brothers before we discuss XRP. XRP won't crash 90% of the time again. Says the CEO of Digital Ascension, the fact that this article misspelled Jake Clover's name amused me. He was referred to as Jake Clover. However, he is entirely correct. There won't be another 90% drop in XRP. I see a lot of people predicting that it will reach $50 or more before plummeting back down to less than 50 cents. I simply don't see it, not in response to institutional demand, the implementation of clear regulations, or Ripple's acquisition of a banking license. It simply won't take place. Anything under $1 is gone forever. You know, anything under $2 for XRP is probably also gone forever. I don't even anticipate the significant setbacks that people are demanding. Since utilities will start to significantly influence XRP's price, I genuinely believe that we will enter a full-fledged utility run sometime in 2026. We will never again drop to these low costs while that is going on. And Paul Atkins is the source of this. I'm happy to report that the cross-border task force has been established. The SEC will be able to employ all of its resources to fight multinational fraud, thanks to this new task force which will coordinate SEC investigation activities. Everyone wants the new system to launch as quickly as possible, you know. In the near future, XRP will be transferring tokenized assets internationally. Additionally, it will be transferring digital money between countries. The first step, however, must be to eliminate any illegal conduct and fraud in cross-border transfers and transactions, and I believe the SEC is going to begin working on it. Reduce all cross-border criminal activity that will facilitate the transfer of tokenized assets and other items across nations, one individual to another, such as a US citizen mailing something to an EU citizen. First, you must stop the illegal behavior and fraud, and Black Swan Capitalist is the source of this. He is referring to XRP and Rlusd as a genuine cross-asset solution. The objective is not stable coins. They are a means of purchasing government debt. No matter what, XRP is the liquidity bank that bridges assets instantly. By bridge settlement, stable coins continue to push up the price of XRP. A bridge is necessary for every stable coin. However, pay attention to what he says in this clip, since he also states that it must have some sort of supporting evidence. In a way, they may be referred to as the new digital dollar, since if they are purchasing treasury bonds and becoming widely accepted, this will undoubtedly happen. XRP is expected to experience rising pressure. And why? Many individuals mistakenly believe that Rlusd and XRP are two distinct entities. Indeed they are. However, XRP is the central component of settlement demands and liquidity management for these high-value tokenized obligations. It would appear that stable coins are essentially a lifeline for governments and central banks, allowing them to continue purchasing fresh debt and supporting their currency systems. It isn't the answer. See, that's the conundrum I'm currently facing, in terms of comprehending how these two events unfold. And even while demand is there as a lifeline, which is what I really believe, the issue with traditional stable coins, like the Rlusd, is that they are pegged to fiat exactly. The issue is that because it is dependent on the US dollar, that peg is brittle. Furthermore, until the system is connected to real, physical assets, it cannot function on its own. He is arguing that it is brittle because it is tied to the US dollar. It must be supported by another asset such as gold. Although I firmly think that a gold-backed system is on the horizon, who will receive their gold-backed currency first? It will be the BRICS, in my opinion. Listen to this out. I will not refer to it as forecast. I will simply reiterate that a stable coin from the BRICS will be released in the upcoming year that is partially, but not entirely, backed by gold. Yes, I am aware that they are creating a BRICS currency, and that they will want to use their stable coin. What better way to convey the idea that this contains gold in it? Therefore, I do not believe that the gold phenomenon will go away. The gold phenomenon, in my opinion, is also not going away. It's just going to become stronger from here, in my opinion. I even believe that gold will be revalued before gold-backed currency is introduced. However, I do think the BRICS will probably implement it first. The US will then suddenly require a digital dollar with a gold back. The EU will require a digital euro with a gold back. For example, the UK has a digital pound with a gold back. And once this transformation takes place, I believe it will happen quickly. It will be anything that will not be publicized and will appear unexpectedly when it does occur. and smoke is the source of this. Swift will never use XRP, as everyone is constantly saying, or an ISO is unrelated to XRP. The payload MT is being changed to ISO 222MX by ISO 222. What aspects of the data model changed? The new feature added to the ISO MX message payload is called crypto. The distributed ledger blockchain retains the rich data payload. Ripple and other cross-border payment systems can be utilized with Swift. Better data payloads for remittance details, quicker payments, and transparent pricing were all promised by Ripple. The sole distinction is that, for example, when sending a payment, ISO messaging permits the use of cryptocurrency within those messages. Additionally, Swift has no plans to develop a cryptocurrency for cross-border payments. I see people stating that Swift would simply produce its own token to be used for cross-border payments, as they keep saying. Swift will make use of it, but Swift is already considering Ripple. They are testing the technology developed by Ripple. They perceive XRP for what it is as well. They are also aware that it is the future. RippleNet technology is referenced in all BIS white papers. Additionally, they discuss Stellar technology. Additionally, from the 1900s to the 2000s, metals were valuable. Purchasing a normie now is too late. It's too expensive for you. Digitals will be supported by metals as we move toward digitalization. Digitals, also known as the quantum financial system, are the next metal-backed financial system. We are not returning to a dollar-backed standard. People aren't completely priced out of gold, in my opinion. People are still purchasing silver, but we are moving toward a gold-backed system. As that occurs, you will see them use cryptocurrencies like XRP to transfer that gold-backed digital dollar, gold-backed BRICS, and so forth. This is because every nation, including the BRICS nations, will require a layer of trust. China sends money to Russia, while Russia sends money to China. They will have two things in between, a bridge currency, such as XRP, which can transfer anything of value, and a trust layer. However, it also provides liquidity. XRP offers liquidity on demand. Therefore, they might create a liquidity pool among the BRICS nations and keep using XRP to transfer funds within them. They could use XRP to transmit money to the US and vice versa, even if they travel outside of those nations. That is the reason XRP is so revolutionary. According to reports, the BIS, often known as the central bank of central banks, is integrating XRP into its worldwide settlement system. As previously said, the BIS has referenced XRP and Ripple in each and every white paper. That infrastructure remained in place even after they sold mBridge to China so that the BRICS could use its design. RippleNet technology is what it is. mBridge also incorporated RippleNet. Because XRP and RippleNet technology originate in the United States, people continue to believe that the BRICS will never use them. The company Ripple is no longer based in the US. They are now a worldwide business. How does the DEX fare? Many individuals make reference to the DEX, but they don't actually discuss it. Therefore, the XRP ledger serves as a hub for seamless cross-chain trading interoperability through the portability of SuperDEX assets and tokens. Here's what David Schwartz has to say. Asset mobility is among the first things we require. Although it's not all of interoperability, it's a significant component, and the one we currently require. The XRP ledger serving as a cross-chain trade hub is another potential. The movement of assets is made possible by the DEX, the payment engine, pathfinding, and other XRP ledger characteristics. The ability to transport Bitcoin more quickly and affordably was really one of the very first